Have you felt like you've been trying to create and manifest and bring in and call in over and over and over, and it just seems not to be working? I understand. I've been there. I've helped many of my clients through this exact situation. And today I want to give you the number one reason why it's just not happening for you right now. Stick with me. Hey guys, I'm Stephanie Sinclair, neurometaphysicist, and I help bridge the gap between science and spirituality so that you can start creating and living in the life that you love. I often hear people say, that is something that they have been affirming for, holding for, being in, desiring. They feel like they are doing all the methods. They are using the water method and the 365, and again, affirming and repetition, and they aren't seeing the result they want, whether it is calling more money into their life and business, calling in a better job, career, calling in love, a new home, travel, or a new lifestyle, a new body, whatever it is. And they really find themselves struggling in this space. And typically we dig in, we ask a few questions, and I can quickly see exactly what the real problem is. And I wish this was a really difficult thing, but it's not. Like, the answer to this question of why this isn't happening is very simple, and yet it is difficult to actually overcome. And the reason is, on a unconscious and subconscious level, you still don't believe it. There is doubt that's there. On a conscious level, we can believe anything. On a conscious level, you can believe it's going to rain later. On a conscious level, you can believe that you're going to buy your dream house. On a conscious level, you can believe that you are calling in the love of your life, or that your business has 10x'd. But if on a unconscious and subconscious level, there is not alignment in that belief, you won't see it manifest in the physical. And so we use conscious tools to help bridge that gap with the subconscious. The problem is, most of you don't have the patience enough with the conscious tools to get to the subconscious. You see, your subconscious has one job. It is to protect you. And what often happens is, what protects the subconscious is what is normal. What is your normal? So if your normal is not having this financial stability, if your normal is being single, if your normal is living the lifestyle you're currently living, that's what your belief systems locked within your subconscious, that's what it aligns to. The subconscious is plastic, right? We have neuroplasticity in our brain, right? So when I'm having the conversation of consciousness and subconscious, this is not a woo-woo conversation. This is literally science. So your brain is plastic, and we're able to get in and unlock and reprogram and recreate memories even. But it's not that easy of a job. So as a neurometaphysicist, like, I've gone to school for a master's degree and a PhD in order to get to the space where people work with me privately, and I have audios and things that literally open the subconscious. But as a layperson, that's not a thing that you would have. So in order to get to a point that your subconscious is open to suggestion, a week of repetition isn't enough. A month of repetition may not be enough, depending on how deep that belief runs, depending on how deeply seated it is. And I'll do a live or make another video about this at another time, because some beliefs are more deeply seated than others, like a root, like a weed. Sometimes you can see a weed and you go grab it if it's a baby weed, and you can pull it right on up by the root. And other times you need to go put on gloves, and you can pull and pull, and you're really struggling to get it. You might break the weed off, but the roots are still down in there, and you need to actually go get something and dig into the soil to pull it up by the root. A lot of the beliefs align with that. And so if that's the case, it is going to take longer of living in the end, and the affirming and the subliminal. It's going to take longer because it's deeply rooted. And most of you just don't have the patience. It is this gnawing, it has to happen now. And the it has to happen now actually easily aligns into the space and the frequency of desperation. And so when we align there, it then again pushes you further away from that which you are looking to call into the physical 3D, because desperation is the energy of unbelief. Desperation is the energy of a lack. So now you've gone from consciously, I believe, until now, the more you don't see it on a physical level, now you've moved into desperation. So now consciously, you don't believe because you're now in a desperate space. Very often what you need is time, patience to really be in it, to really live in it, to really affirm in it, to really sit with it consistently over time. If you followed me for any amount of time, you know that my teachings, I talk about consistency over time, consistency over time, consistency over time. And consistency over time, the more practice you get in it, the more you live in that, you'll discover that after a while, your manifestations, the consistency over time, it doesn't take that long for your next manifestations to come, because you've now trained yourself. Like literally, it's like a muscle. Again, it's placid. You can open it, and the subconscious also begins to get used to these new things being put in. You can literally train your subconscious. And so that's the reason most of you are not manifesting what you desire into the physical 3, because it technically manifests immediately. But into the physical 3D, it is the doubt, it is the disbelief, and then your impatience with the work that it really takes. You see, very often you get a lot of people who just, maybe read a book and they're repeating what they've heard about manifestation. But when we really get into the science of it, the reprogramming of the subconscious and the belief system, it does indeed take time. It does indeed happen over a course of time. And as a neurometaphysicist, we can literally hook you up and we can literally see what lights up within the brain. And we can see, if you come to weekly sessions or monthly sessions, we can literally see as these new beliefs and these new things begin to light up pathways within the brain. So I don't want you to be really hard on yourself, but I want you to recognize that you need to give yourself more time. It took you time to get to where you are, and you've been living in the space where you are for time. It's going to take time for that new belief system, especially if you're doing it and going it on your own. It's going to take time for your brain to become placid enough to open to the new suggestion that happens. And again, it's consistency over time of that repetition. I hope this was helpful for you. If you have any questions, thoughts, comments, let me know down in the comment. If you have had a situation where it felt like it wasn't happening, but you persisted and you kept going, and you recognized that over time, the belief got stronger. You really thought you believed in the beginning, but once it came, you realized, like, no, my belief had to grow. Let me know in the comment section about your situation. I look forward to seeing you guys on the next. Oh, don't let me forget. We have the Ready for More live event here in Atlanta, Georgia, October the 7th. I want to see you in the place. The Ready for More. This is the first stop on a tour that there's no more stops on that I know of right now, but this is what Source put in my spirit to do a tour. So this is the first stop. It's Atlanta, Georgia, from 1 to 4 on October the 7th. I am going to really be talking to your spirit, ministering your spirit. We're bringing the science and the spirituality. You will get to ask your burning manifestation questions. You'll get to come up front. I'll get to laser coach you. It's a perfect opportunity to work with me in a space where I'm looking at you and I'm working with you for your specific situation around manifestation. It's going to be the best coaching live event. Again, October 7th. Tickets are $111. Bring a friend. If you get 2 tickets, you save. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. I will put the link somewhere. Look in the description box. It's somewhere. We'll find it. See you guys next time.